What time is it? It's Sampstra Games time, and in this episode of Factory Town, we're gonna do metal conveyor belts. And then after that, I want to work on PurpleCon so we can start on advanced logistics. And then we're gonna do some advanced logistics. It's not because it's like completely necessary in the game, but I find it kind of fun to play around with it a little bit. So it's gonna make sense. We're gonna do some of that. But first, let's do metal conveyor belts. Why? Why are we doing that? Well, first of all, this. Now, this is not at a problematic point at this point, but for example, what if I decide I want to also kind of, I don't know, sell fish or something? I cannot add to this conveyor belt, and I just really like the idea of having one conveyor belt for multiple stuff. I know it's like there's no reason to do it. I could literally just have another conveyor belt going this way, but I think it's fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to speed this up. And the second reason for metal conveyor belts is actually, well, actually not anymore. But before, yeah, with these iron plates, we have this. No, that's not the problem. Yeah, the problem was with the nails. If we had a full production, which we had, but now we don't have because we're sending stuff to the barn because I accidentally upgraded it in the last episode. But once this is going to be filled, we're going to have the nails continuously going here. And we checked in the last episode, you can look at that. And the problem was that the conveyor belt was too slow. So we wanted 4 every 10 seconds. But even if this was filled up, the workshop would have to wait like a couple seconds before they could actually start producing because the conveyor belts were too slow. So if we can build metal conveyor belts here, that would work. So I think by the time we actually build the conveyor belts, we could check this again, and I will show you that this is completely filled up because this barn will be filled with nails. We have so many nails. So I'm gonna be using this production for the cloth conveyor belts because now that we're gonna have the new ones, I don't think we're gonna use the old ones so much. So we can actually just use the same thing to make metal conveyor belts. So we'll do it. However, I do want to keep some regular conveyor belts. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create like a secondary path and have it still, some of it is still going to go to the barn, and some of it is going to go elsewhere. So let's place a splitter there. Good. Okay, so we did that. Now what we want to do next is, how do we make metal conveyor belts? I think we need a machine shop for it. So let's place one, I don't know, there. And we'll set this to metal conveyor belt. Now for that we need regular conveyor belts. We have those. 4 iron plates and 2 gear. Now gear you also make in metal machine shop, I think. So let's have it. What is this? We have berries here. Let's place a barn. Have a couple of workers grab some berries. And we'll also remove some of these resources. This is tomatoes. Tomatoes we have like a gazillion of, so we don't care about them. Yeah, herbs we have gazillion of too. So we're gonna place another machine shop, I'm thinking here. With that I need to increase the terrain. No, not decrease, increase. Okay. Maybe a little bit further. Like that. No, that's too much. Like that. Good. Let's copy. And we'll place it on that properly. Just I can't really see the terrain that much, like I don't quite know. No, this is too high again. This is the right size. Okay, this is the right side now. So let's copy this again. Oh, we don't have 40 reinforced planks. Okay, I see. We need 10 more. Okay, well, we're gonna place this here once we have enough. This is going to be making gear. Yeah, that's going to be... Alternatively, we could make gear in the same machine shop where we're making metal conveyor belts. Let's try that. That could be fun. If we have both of these. Ooh, that could be interesting. So we'll have iron plates going in. Yeah, we're gonna need to have iron plates going. So for that, we're gonna need another mine. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to create this like, so it's like land. So I'm gonna place a mine here so it also can have this coal. That'd be cool. So have a mine like standing here and using both of these. So then from the mine, we're gonna go to a forge. Forge going this way. I guess. And then from the forge, we're gonna need to have some chutes. 1, 2, 3 high, maybe? Needs to be 2 above this. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Chute. In. And then copy. Okay. And then we're gonna have a chute going that way. Yes, perfect. And then we'll have a chute going that way. Okay, so then we need to have a grabber. Grabber, come here. And you're gonna be set to, very surprisingly, iron plates. And I want you to make iron plates. 47, okay, just a little bit more, 48 now. And you can see, okay, you can see the nails now. So let me show you. We have enough iron plates and we're doing this. And then we're finishing. And we're waiting for just a second. Just a second, but it's because the conveyor belts are just too slow, the cloth ones. So this wants to make it, but it cannot. Because this is not doing it fast enough. So that's why we're doing the metal conveyor belts, to fix that problem. So I have enough to make a mine. Give me a mine. Place it here. Like that. And we're gonna need 2 thingies for... 1 for coal and 1 for the other thing. So let's get a grabber. Grabber number 1, grabber number 2. As usual, we'll set this one to coal and this one to iron. I keep doing iron plates when I want to say iron ore. It's just like, come on. Go. You need to click control if you want to do both. Sometimes it works straight up, otherwise just click control. Okay, so you're getting both. You're going very slowly, so let me increase you to 5 workers. If 1 worker, it's at 250%. 5, it's at 350%, so it's like plus 100% of production. So we're making 2 every 4 seconds. Which is exactly what we need. Yeah, but the iron ore should be going faster than the coal. And yet we have plenty of coal in storage. And no iron ore. That's confusing. This is going equally fast, right? Oh, it's because the output is not putting anything out. But this says iron plates. Oh, maybe it's too high. Is that the case? It's too high? Well, something has to be wrong, otherwise it would be working. But let's try the grabber again. Set this to iron plates. It's just not working. So let's I think it's like 1 too high maybe. So we'll have to set this. I cannot go lower though, so we're gonna have to use conveyor belts. Which is really gonna slow down the production, but what can I do? We'll change this to metal conveyor belts as soon as we can. Because that's gonna speed it up. So let's go back to the grabber. Yeah. You don't even need to set the grabber to anything, because it's just like, oh, it's because it doesn't go. Of course it doesn't go in chutes. Oh, okay. So you're really like telling me, what are you doing? How are you gonna roll iron plates on chutes? Yeah, good point. Sorry. Totally forgot. Okay, so you are getting, now let's see, you're getting iron plates and you're turning them into gear. That is very good. And once you have 2 gear, you can start making metal conveyor belts. And while you make the first conveyor belt, you're already getting another gear. But then you have to wait because you need 2 gear. And you can only do 1 at a time. Which is not great. Yeah, so the metal conveyor belts will have to wait a little bit. Do we want to do another machine shop just for the gear itself? I don't know if we're going to have enough iron plates for that, so I think we might just leave it. Because we don't mind if this takes a little bit longer to do, I think. Or we could just, well actually we could just increase the workers, but it's not going to help with the fact that the metal conveyor belts always have to wait for the gear. But let's increase the workers because we can see that the iron plates are actually waiting. So we can speed that up at least. But it will still not fix our... Oh, right. No. We have to place a grabber here and say you're only allowed to send out a metal conveyor belt. So we don't want you to send out any gear. We want you to use all the gear for yourself. Don't send it out. Okay. Yeah, the metal conveyor belts will have to wait though. But I think it's fine. We'll leave it the way it is. How are we doing on the regular conveyor belts? We are waiting because we're producing one every 4 seconds. We only need one every 12 seconds. So, what we could do here is... we could have a pusher going and doing essentially the same thing as this iron wheel thingy. We don't have to switch this to a barn because we'll have 2 different produce. Or we could just have another parallel conveyor belt. Now we'll switch this to a barn. Let's pause for a second. We're gonna have to go very low. So we're gonna have to go, I think, a little bit lower here. Let's go like to 3 low. So from here we'll go down to there. And then we will increase the terrain a bit. So that we can place a barn here. Grab a barn, copy it. Come on, barn, come here. Good. Delete this. Add a road. And you're gonna do this, okay, fine. You need to wait till the iron wheels get into the barn. And then I want you to grab the iron wheels. Come on. Grab them. Bring them to the general store. Same thing as we've been doing. And we'll also have a secondary, and we're going to set 2 of these to iron wheels and 2 of these to cloth conveyor belts. You go to cloth conveyor belt. Cloth conveyor belt. And we're just like using any overproduction. You want to have that. This should also be iron wheel. I must have misclicked on this one. Iron wheel as well. Good. Now, and then we're going to have a connection to this conveyor belt. So, we're going to create a pusher from here. Now, I don't want to put it into the splitter because the splitter would do it equal. We don't want this to be equal. We only want this to be... we want to put the priority to the barn and to the machine shop. So, we're going to have to turn this way. And then we're going to place a pusher and saying... if there is a space, you'll go straight to the splitter. So if there is a space either in the barn, if you need to make more, or in the if the machine shop is waiting for more conveyor belts, go there. But if none of these want anything, then okay, then you're allowed to move the way you're supposed to, which is to here. Good. Now then, I would like to create a height for this. So this is, wow, this is very high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe? This is a 5 height. This is occupied. But it does seem to be the same height. So let's just copy, well, not copy, but place this that way. Seriously? 1 step to the left, okay. I just placed 3 here, just so I can match one of them. Why are you not? Oh, you're not too high. Okay. We'll do it 1 higher here from the get-go. 1 more height. Is it gonna work now? Yes. Good. And then we're gonna have I don't know if this can go that low, to be honest. Let's go to here. Ooh, that work? I mean, theoretically it should. Is supporting other entity. Oh no, so it'd have to go 1 more. Okay, let's try this again. If we go one step further, we can actually do like a turning stairs, which I think is kind of fun. Like that. We'll move this, of course. And then we'll turn you around. And we'll place this there. And we'll grab the conveyor belt. Let you go, come on, go down. And then we'll have this again. And we'll remove that. And we'll place you that way. Then we'll go down to there. Ah! Ooh, we have like a turning stairs. That is cool. I mean, you gotta admit that's kind of cool, don't you think? Ooh, that is fancy. I love that. Look at that. Turning stairs. I kind of wish we would have something more visible on this than conveyor belts on conveyor belts, but it's still cool. How's this working now? We don't have enough wooden wheels. Why not? Because we have a splitter. Wooden wheels, wooden wheels. We have plenty of wooden wheels. So you're waiting on what? You're waiting on planks. You need 2 every 5 seconds. This is waiting on actual wood. And these foresters. Yeah, you know what? It would be good if instead of the splitter, I'm gonna do a separate splitter like that. And I'm gonna set the splitter here. And the reason for that is this barn. Let's do this again. This barn does not need much wood, but the problem with the splitter was that, well, the splitter was not the problem, but the problem was that this wood that was going in there, you can see that this wood from this forester is actually waiting, so it cannot get through. And that's the problem for the splitter. So I guess for this lumber mill, we should do the same thing. Instead of having a splitter, we're gonna split already like one forester, so that it works better like that. So that we don't have, because we have too many planks for one belt. And if we're splitting it later, then the actual lumber mill is not getting enough, even though it would have been getting enough, because the planks are waiting at the foresters as they're unable to go through. But now that we're actually sending the planks to the lumber mill, if it wants it, then we should be doing better. I hope. Like at the point when the lumber mill is gonna have like too many planks, which is getting to be any moment now, then we're gonna fill this up, and then both of these are gonna go back to the main lumber mill, which is what we want. But otherwise they would have been stuck and they would have been waiting because this does not have enough space for 2. Well, the point is it's getting faster, as you can see. I don't know if I explained what I wanted to explain very intelligently. Let's show you guys get it. But the point is you can see that this is going faster. Yeah, this is working continuously now, which is perfect. So we are making wooden wheels. Also, well, not almost continuously. This is still working continuously good. And we could actually add 1 worker here. We have enough planks waiting, so we can just speed it up. Good. And then you are waiting on your wooden wheels, sending them over. And you're just waiting on iron plates and making your gear very, very slowly. I would like if this could be faster. It can't be faster because you're still waiting on your iron ore, even with this mine being at the highest level. You build another mine? Oh, I don't know. Plenty of coal, but it's also strange. Yeah, it's because 1 coal is actually 4 fuel and not just 2. So I see that, but do we want to place another mine? Okay, we have enough berries, so we can now remove You know what? Yeah, let's just build another mine. We can remove all of the berries here. You could even add a forge. I don't know if it's necessary though. Let's just build a secondary mine, I guess. We'll let the chutes go to there. Set this to iron ore. Ooh, we could do stone. Okay, also do stone then. And we're gonna have a chute going... okay, chute, huh. We're gonna have a conveyor belt going that way, then we'll have a chute going this way. And we can remove all of these people. Go away. And you also make both stone and iron ore. And we're gonna have a grabber saying this is for iron ore. And this will be for stone. Yeah, that should work. Let's remove that stone there. But now you are going to get a lot more production. We're going to also add a few more workers. Actually, we're going to try to have 5. Because we are getting plenty of stuff. Which means we should change this to metal conveyor belts. Which we can because we finally have them. So let me put them on 6. Because I think they're cool. Shift 6. And we're going to switch this to metal conveyor belts. Because we're super cool. Huh. Look at that. It's flying now. Now we should also switch it with the nails here. So this can go faster. So let's look at it again. You can see this is done. It's taking about 1 second. So then what we want to do is this. And now it's not waiting a single second. It's just going straight through. Yes, we did it. Metal conveyor belts for the win. Yes. Ooh, they're like so dark and fancy. Now, is this... This is not really bringing any conveyor belts, though. Yeah, because this still has 20 in input. And this is 50, so we should be sending some over to the side. You're waiting on stone break. They're not connected properly? Oh, you just generally don't have enough stone? If I have 5 workers, it's still not going to be enough stone? Okay, fine. So, we'll... I guess we'll add a worker to help. Or can we use like a harvester drills? No, we need 10 gear for that. Which we're not gonna bother with it. Let's just yeah, this is still slow. Let's just add a worker, I guess. We'll have it go like, I don't know. We can have a chute go up though. We'll have to have a chute this turn to conveyor belt. Kind of in the middle, which is a little sad, but it is what it is. Here as well. And we'll have like, I don't know, 2 workers grabbing it from here to there. You want to make sure that the stone that's kind of closest to the mine is not being used. Because, yeah, we want to use that. Yeah, but it's going to be fine, I think. And then this should hopefully go faster. Yeah, this is like, there's some stone waiting. This is such a weird setup. Going down and up. We could change this to metal conveyor belts to make it faster, but... yeah, this is better. And then you should be working much better. And are we getting some conveyor belts here? Yes, we're getting like 1 every 100 years, I guess. Still waiting on the stone. Yeah, this is still not producing continuously. It is getting better, definitely. But it's still very, very slow. So we'll need another person. Go. Or you know what, yeah, fine. We'll build another mine. I didn't want to do it, but like clearly the workers are like incapable of doing this fast enough, so we'll just add another worker and be happy. We'll remove them, do stone and stone only, and we're sending it all over. Yeah, this is so much better. Even with just one worker, this is like flying. That one actually almost doesn't need to have stone anymore, but we'll leave it the way it is. I'm almost thinking whether it would be a good idea to make some like sort of stone bricks and add them to this conveyor belt. That could be cool. How much? Oh yeah, you're getting quite a lot of conveyor belts, so let me create a wagon that will sell it to take the conveyor belt and bring them to the general store. So we're gonna start working on the gadgets category just a little bit. It's not gonna be anything crazy, but we're getting a little bit of iron wheels and some cloths at some point. Why are you going that way, not this way? Oh, we need to, let's remove this one mana shard and we're gonna copy it that way. Have them all working. Oh, we need to remove another one though. Okay, fine, I'll do it. I'll remove this one as well. Copy the road so that they can move around each other. Oh, an interesting point, you can actually use one-way roads, which would be kind of cool now. So let's do it. Let's do it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build a one-way road. So let's have a path, logistical block one way, and we can say, I want you to go that way here. Like that, and then we'll copy. Now those that are going that way are going definitely through this. This way we can have like both direction at the moment. Eventually you might want to have it like a one-way road in the opposite direction, but it does seem to be working, so they're not so often going in against each other and having to move around because they're just both like following the one-way path, which I think is cool, especially if you're gonna have like maybe if you have 2 wagons it's fine, but if you for example want to change to like 4 or something like that, then it can be a problem because we are they'd have to keep moving away from each other, and this is really helpful with that. We were getting more conveyor belts, which is perfect. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, write down in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!